It's chili season, and this recipe is about to be one of your go-tos. Let's go. What's up, everybody? James with JB Sous Vide, and I'm so glad to have you back. If you're here for the first time and you're looking to up your sous vide game, you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button down below and stay tuned for some great sous vide content. Today, we're making chili. I look forward to chili season every year because there's nothing better than a nice warm bowl of chili on a cold day. I've seen so many different ways to make it, but I always wind up coming back to the family way that we've made for years. To help us out, I just got this amazing delivery in from Porter Roads. It's got all of the meats in it that we're gonna need for this great chili. I love their meats so much because of their dry age process, and it's got such a nice depth of flavor, and I'm really excited to see how it's gonna do in this chili. Let's go. Okay, let's check out the goodies. As we open up the box here, you'll notice this insulation they pack all their orders with. It's a green cell foam that doesn't just turn out to be trash. This cell foam can be taken out of the plastic and dissolved in water. No waste with this. Let's see what we got here, starting out with some coarse ground, dry aged beef. It's their chili grind, and this is going to be what the base of our chili's made out of. Moving on, we got some pork sausage. And this is what I'm most looking forward to, a beautiful dry-aged chuck steak. Of course, with the chili, you gotta have some dogs. Today, we're gonna try and incorporate some sous vide short rib in it. It's gonna be a great topping to mix in and provide a great texture. If you wanted to leave the short rib out, this will still be amazing. Start by prepping our short ribs here. We're gonna take all the silver skin off the top. This is gonna let our seasoning fully penetrate. We'll salt these up on all sides and let them sit for about 20 minutes. Since the short ribs are going to be fall apart texture at the end, we're going to want to pre-sear them. This is one of the rare times I will pre-sear with sous vide. You don't need to go crazy, just get some color on them. As we move into the chili, we'll start by cubing up our chuck eye steak. With this, you want to get into some great bite-sized cubes to where you get that great tender bite once in a while with every bite of chili. About this size. Alright y'all, with cooking chili, you definitely want to be prepared. I always lay out all my ingredients before I start so I'm not running around. Over here we have all of our onions, peppers, etc. All of our ingredients are going to be in the description below if you're going to need it. Here we have all of our seasoning. We're using that great Texas chili seasoning from Meat Church. We got a little bit of chocolate here. I love the extra pop it gives. A little sweet to offset the heat. We've also got our beer. It's a black stout and some black coffee. When we start this off here, I'm going to brown all this meat in the pan. Nothing special, so I'm not going to show it on camera. Just brown your meat in batches and take it out of the pan. Make sure you save some of that fat that's rendered out. Alright, now that all that meat is browned and taken out of the pan, I'll throw back in about 2 tablespoons of the fat I kept. We'll add all the onions and peppers into the pan. We'll stir that around and saute for about 5 minutes till it's translucent. Once everything is soft and translucent here, we'll hit it with some salt, some fresh black pepper, the contents of our chilies and adobo can, our great Meat Church seasoning with some garlic, and we'll combine. We'll cook this for another minute to let the garlic become fragrant. Just don't burn it. Next in with our beer, chicken bouillon, and we'll let that simmer here till most of the liquid is evaporated. This is what you're looking for right about here. Most of the liquid's gone. We'll add in that coffee and the chocolate. And we'll stir that around until the chocolate is melted. After the chocolate's melted, we're going to let that come back to a simmer and reduce again until almost all the liquid's gone. Now we can add in that cumin, our meat that we've reserved, our tomato sauce, mix and combine it all. We'll even it out here. We're just going to let this simmer on low here for a couple hours. I'm going to stir it every 15 to 30 minutes just to make sure the bottom doesn't burn. But now here's where I lose almost the entire state of Texas, and I'm sorry, but I like beans in my chili. Just the way it is. You can admit it if you don't like it. This is after it's been simmering for an hour. Here's where I like to make the decision on consistency. If it's at a consistency you like, just keep rolling with it. But if you don't like it as thick, you can add some chicken stock. A quarter cup at a time just to gauge it. You don't add it all at once because it's easy to get it too loose. We'll put the lid on now and keep simmering. This is about 2 hours in, and I wound up adding about 3/4 of a cup of chicken stock in total. I just added a quarter cup at a time till it got here. But let's just keep simmering. We're 3 hours in here and it's looking perfect. I'm happy with this. Because I don't want to serve molten lava, what I'm going to do here is cut the heat and move it off the burner. While our molten lava, chili, comes down to temperature, let's bring our short ribs back. We'll take them off the bone here and remove some of that tougher membrane. We'll give it a shred, and look at that great looking short rib. We're going to top our chili with it. Okay, let's build a perfect bowl. We'll start out with some cheddar cheese, handful of our meaty short rib, jalapenos, a dollop of sour cream, some cilantro, Alright, y'all, that was amazing. This is without a doubt my favorite chili recipe, and I hope you give it a shot. What I really love about this chili recipe is that the chocolate just tempers that heat a little bit to where it's not overly spicy, it's not overly sweet, it's just a great meld of the two. And that Porter Road dry-aged meat added such a great depth of flavor to it. I'm going to definitely do that again. I also really enjoyed that short rib as a mix-in. It really went well, the texture and just the kind of juiciness that the sous vide provided. It really added a nice depth and texture to that chili. It really was great. It's definitely a great variation that I'm going to go back to once in a while. Alright y'all, if you got something out of that video, go give it a like down below. Hit that subscribe button and click the little bell thingy so you get notified when we put out a new video. But while you're here, go watch some of the other videos we got on the channel for you. Catch you on the next one. Cheers.